what's up, faders, and welcome to yet another action-packed episode of Got Faded Japan, and I am your host, Johnny. And as you fine folks know, Got Faded Japan is about two dudes, booze, Japan, and the news. And faders, this is episode number 801. Yay! Oh, I survived 800. Oh my god, I had a band in another karaoke place. Oh my god. They showed up drunk, so I had to catch up. So I drank a lot of beers before that, before the podcast, and then during the podcast, and then afterwards we went to a nightclub and got really drunk. And then I tried to leave, and they're like, "Johnny, you haven't done shots yet." I'm like, "We gotta do shots." We did shots. Oh my goodness. Hopefully tonight is not going to be as faded, but let's get faded. Faders, this is a very special episode, by the way. This is one of the Got Faded Japan things where it's basically interviewing cool people doing awesome things here in Japan. And here we're with a man who I've been trying to get on the show for a very long time, a good friend of mine, an amazing photographer, Deniz.
Hello. Hey, faders.
Welcome. Come
Cheers,
by.
man. Come by.
Yes.
I'm basically here just for your entertainment, basically.
What, am I the entertainment?
1 hour of the Johnny Show.
Well, thank you very much for being on the show, man.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
First off, you are a super cool person. I love spending time with you. I love drinking with you. I love getting faded with you. And on top of that, I think you are a brilliant photographer.
Cheers, man.
Brilliant
Thank you.
photographer.
I appreciate that.
There are so many photographers in Japan. So many people come to Japan that are photographers, and in my opinion, a very, very small amount are absolutely spectacular, and you are in that.
I'm humbled,
absolutely
man.
spectacular.
Wow,
No, dude, your work is absolutely amazing.
Kind.
Yeah, I checked on your newer stuff like right before the show, and I was like, "Jeez, dude, I thought the old stuff was good, but this new stuff is just blowing me away, yo."
Very kind.
Okay, please introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Deniz. I've been here off and on in Japan since 2015, but living here about five and a half years now. So moved here during COVID. Really cool, fucked up. Well, can I swear?
Sure.
Kind of
Sure.
messed up time to be arriving in Japan as well as someone who's going to move here and live here right in the middle of COVID.
This is a great time. There's nobody here.
I loved it. When I look back on it now, I mean, like it was quite the adventure. I traveled all over Japan actually during that time.
Nice.
So going to places like Kyoto, having the bamboo forest all to myself.
Oh my gosh.
I unfortunately I was not like as I guess like hardcore into photography as I am now. So probably my experience would have been a little bit different if I was like really focused like just 100% on photography back then. I wish I just basically took a lot more photos then, as well. So anyways, I got to see Japan like really, really on the opposite flip side, and then where it was like very empty, and then now we're kind of on the bizarro world opposite side where it's just like it's pandemonium with tourists, and it's a very, very different scene now, as well.
Absolutely.
So everybody's coming to Japan now, so for good reason as well. Yeah,
it's got its good as bad.
It does. Yeah, And so I've been doing photography now 3.5 years full time as well. So I'm a full time photographer here in Japan. I do all sorts of different stuff, portraits, I do engagement shoots, more the kind of romantic kind of stuff as well, and then I do studio shoots, I do workshops as well. I teach other photographers how to take photographs at night in the studio. And I also, I still run one of, I would say like it's a fairly large group of creators. I think we have about like 1,900 members in the group as well. It's called Takumi, which is the name of my company here in Japan. And so I've been doing that for about 4 years now. And so that group is basically a group for all sorts of creators in Japan. Cheers. Thanks, brother.
Take the beer.
So it's a group where we do. The idea was basically to do a meetup, and I would do that once a week, sometimes twice a week, where I would just have meetup for other photographers and models, whoever wanted to model, and we would just meet in a different location, every week. And then the idea was just like get a whole bunch of cool people, like artists, together, and then just create stuff. You know, so that was the idea. The original idea actually was to do the whole Yamanote loop line. So we started in Shibuya.
Yeah.
And then it took us about so that was once a week. We did that. That was almost I think 8-9 months that it took us, like once a week, to hit the next stop basically on the loop line. And then from there the group just kept growing and growing and growing, and then it became a pretty big group. We would have like anywhere from 20 to sometimes 40, 45 people like come out for each event as well. So that was like that was basically my way of, like, when I moved here during COVID, to be like, oh, I'm bored, I'm lonely, like I want to make friends. How can I make friends? So I was like, let me just make my own friend group, so like I just started this group, and so that was like that was kind of like my kickstart into the photography scene in Tokyo.
Wow.
So I kind of use that as a way to meet a lot of cool people. And now, like I said, I do this full time. This is my job. That's pretty much it.
And that's a show.
That's it. That's a wrap. And now we're just going to drink from here on.
Oh, man. I'm rewatching The Sopranos. Oh, what a classic. Oh, man. Dude, all right. Let's rewind a little bit. That's a full load of awesome.
That was
a full load of awesome. I loved it. I loved every second of it, man. Okay. Deniz, all right, so you're new to photography. Oh, my god. Dude, it does not seem like you're new at all.
I wouldn't say new. I've been photographing since 2015. So basically, like, I know you're probably going to ask me this anyways, like, how did you get into photography?
Sure, there we go.
So I'll just jump right into it. So basically check that off the list.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so essentially, like, one of my dreams for a very long time was to come to Japan. I didn't get the chance until 2015. Wow. I had been in a big relationship, kind of settled in. I was living with my girlfriend at the time. We broke up basically, and then I was like, okay, that's it. I'm going to Japan. Like, I was like, this. I'm gonna live my kind of childhood dream. And finally make it out to Japan. And before that trip, I decided I was going to buy myself like a more not professional, but like a good camera. And I always had an interest in camera, but before that, I think I told you before, I was more into the music world.
Yeah.
So I was doing DJing.
That's a different podcast.
Yeah, that's a whole other world. So that was a different life, and so I had done like 3 years of audio engineering school as well. So cool. I'd finished my engineering class for that, and then I was DJing. I was creating digital music. I was part of the rave scene, like way back in the day.
Yeah.
So that was like a different life. And then, but I always had this sort of like interest in photography, but I never really got into it. And so I just thought, like, okay, I'll buy myself a nice camera, go on this trip to Japan. Just take some like cool touristy photos and have some nice keepsakes for myself.
Fun.
I didn't know what to expect. As soon as I got here, I started to realize that what I really loved was not taking like the really like typical touristic kind of shots of like I don't know, like, whatever. Yeah, like I navigated towards like taking pictures of the people. On the streets, like just like random people, like humans, and just like how they were living their lives. I found it all super fascinating. So that was like my little gateway into street photography.
Nice.
So that was kind of like the way that I kind of got myself in. My first trip was 3 weeks. Then after that, I was like, I felt this urge, like I just had to come back to Japan again and use my camera again. And so that was probably, I think like 6 months later, I came back on my second trip. And that trip was about a month and a half.
That's when Japan was kind of expensive, right?
It was.
Yeah.
It was like, we're talking about 2015 again back then, Unfortunately, I had a company at that time that I was able to take some time away from the business because I had staff back in Canada. And so they would kind of run the business in the slow periods while I was away, and I would just do my remote work from Japan. So anyways, that was kind of like the routine that I got in for the first 4 to 5 years, where I was just like going to Japan twice a year, maybe 2 to 3 months each time. and all I was doing was, when I was coming here, was like I just wanted to photograph. I was just like, I got addicted to it, and it was just like this thing that like ignited in me, that I was like, but I was still very much an amateur at that time, and I was just still learning, you know, like, what am I interested in, what am I gravitating towards. I like, for the first 4 or 5 years, I never even really took pictures of portraits of models or anything.
Really?
I was just doing street photography at that time.
Street's fun.
So that was like my passion. And then when I first moved here, finally I decided to move here, and that was during COVID. Everyone thought, you know, the world was gonna end, and, you know, like that was it, you know. So basically I had made the decision. I'm like, okay, I want to move to Japan, I want to sell my business, and I want to just do photography in Japan full time. That was my mindset. I had no idea how that was going to unfold or what was going to happen, but I was like, let's just do it. Like, it's you know, I don't know if we're going to even be around tomorrow. I'm just going to go for it, you know.
It's the end of the world. Why not?
That was it, you know. And yeah, so like after that, I was I fortunately got in during a 2-week period that the borders were open, because you probably remember that the borders were closed for a really long time. The borders opened for 2 weeks in December 2020, and during those 2 weeks, like as soon as they opened the borders, I was on like the next flight into Japan.
Wow.
And I got in, and then 2 weeks later they closed the borders again for 1.5 years.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. So like I basically just got in during that 2-week period, and then they closed the borders again, and like there were almost like no foreigners in Japan during that time.
It was amazing.
It was crazy.
It was amazing. Yeah.
So that was like, okay, now I'm in Japan, and I can basically I went to Japanese school for 1.5 years.
Did you really?
Yeah, for 1 year and 3 months I did that full time, because I mean there was not much else to do during that time, and I was just photographing, and that's where I really started to kind of pick up my photography. You know,
wow.
Started taking pictures of models and this and that, and started to kind of branch off into different, different sort of, I guess, yeah.
That is a great story.
Yeah.
My goodness. Wow. And so, well, first off, are you still using the same camera, or do you have like a bunch of cameras at this point?
I mean, I've always been shooting with Sony, so my Sony, I think I've gone through like 4 different Sonys now. I just bought like the latest Sony that just launched, the A7 IV as well. So I mean, I think I started off with the APS. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but like more APS-C cameras. So I started off with like the Sony A6000, then had the 6300, 6400, then the A7 IV, the A7 III, then the A7 IV, and now I have the A7 V. Wow. But I just keep like upgrading, you know, selling the old one, buying the new one. Yeah.
No. This is like a tech question. Now, are like cameras like cell phones? You know, like, I mean, for example, this one here is like the 16, but the 16 to the 15 are very similar, but just a little different. And the 15 to the 14 are just a little different. Is it like that, or is it like a big difference?
No, I mean, I would say so. I mean, like, it's going from, for example, like when I had the first cameras that I bought were APS-C models. So those were, I would say, they're called like crop sensor models. So like the sensor size is smaller, so the resolution is smaller. That's like a good gateway into photography. But then, so if you're kind of playing in that world, then going from one camera model to another is probably not going to make a huge difference. But if you get out of that world, then you go into full frame cameras, then that's a different leap. That's going into a more full size sensor, higher resolution. So then, yes, that's going to make a big difference. So that would be like going from like, you know, maybe an iPhone 7 to like an iPhone, you know, 12 or 13 or 14 or something like that.
Okay, so it's a big difference.
There would be a big jump.
Okay,
you know?
yeah.
Now I just basically upgrade my cameras, because I wouldn't recommend it for everyone, but because it's my full-time job and I take so many photos every year, you know, like my shutter counts get like to be really, really high, and the camera obviously sensor only has a certain amount of lifespan for each camera. So
really?
I just take a lot of photos. So for me, if a new camera model comes out every 4 years, it's worth for me to upgrade. You know?
Wow.
But I wouldn't recommend it for just a casual amateur, you know, like kind of somebody that's shooting like every once in a while. It's not worth it, you know.
Wow,
But
jeez. Excellent. And you're using like an SLR, right? Kind of like the old school 35 millimeter kind like this, or are you using one where you look down like a medium format?
No, not medium format. Yeah. So I mean, the medium format is like like that's going to be another step up from you know where I'm at. But I mean, like again, that's not even necessary. That's like you know, that's for what I do. The full frame is totally fine.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, all right. So let's
now that we bored your audience with like all that, let me get into the technical specifications of like, you know, of each camera model and
the dude, the techie stuff is good. It's important when it comes to like, you know, like photography, which is like dominantly digital at this point. I mean, it's 100% digital. Nobody does like. I mean, I'm sure there's a few like hipsters that use actual film.
No, film is still quite big, man. Yeah, film
is it really?
It's huge. Yeah, I was just with well, you know Yusuke, right? So Nuts Tokyo.
I love Yusuke. Yeah,
so Nuts Tokyo. I mean, like he shoots primarily film.
Wow.
That's what his aesthetic is, and like I would say that film has made a big comeback in terms of in terms of photography, and it's still still raging. It's huge. Yeah.
So it's like vinyl, you know, it just comes and goes every so often.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Is it black and white stuff? Is he developing the film himself?
He develops the film himself as well. Yeah. So yeah, he does everything. Yeah. So he's got that.
Cool.
But I mean, like I know a lot of photographers that are still doing film, or if they're not doing film itself, like me, like I like to sort of use digital, but then edit my photos to almost emulate film, you know, because that it just has that
graininess, that feel to it. Yeah. Well, what software do you use? Do you use like Photoshop? Is there like a special like digital program that you use to like I guess alter or benefit the film?
Lightroom, mostly.
Lightroom?
Lightroom, yeah, Adobe Lightroom. So Adobe Lightroom. Sometimes I do some editing in Photoshop as well. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Wow. Excellent. And so, okay, so you start off doing street. What was the transition like going from street to actual models? Because I want to talk about your model work because that's down. No. But that's what you dominantly do right now, and the work that you do is unbelievable, dude. Oh my God,
You're too kind, man.
It's
You're
incredible,
too kind.
dude. No. No, when I go through people's like Instagrams, and yeah, dude, I'm a gram head. I go through Instagram all the time, you know. And when I go through the Instagrams, you know, I'm just like, okay, cool. But when I look at your Instagram, it's like you're taking us all on like an epic adventure with like no end because you got so many photos on there. You know, it's just like
I've been on Instagram since like 2011, so like, I think I was like one of the first batch of like people that started using Instagram like way back when. If I showed you my first photo, you'd laugh. I mean, it's like it's pretty funny, but
I'm not at that point yet. You got so many. I go back.
You'll be scrolling a while.
Your hair gets longer and shorter. You know, it's just weird. But but it's like you're taking us on an adventure, you know, with like the music and the themes and the feel to it, and your lighting, your colors are just so like sharp and electric, and it's like. Do you know who William Gibson is?
I do, yeah.
It's like a William Gibson novel. It's like basically Mona Lisa Overdrive or, I don't know, Count Zero or something, you know? Yeah, I've read almost all his books. I love his stuff.
Okay.
It's cyberpunk, right? So you really get that feel. And with like the backgrounds are all kind of like blurry, very sharp like that, dude. It's really, really cool. Faders, go down right now into the show notes and check out his Instagram. It's absolutely spectacular, no joke. And the cool thing is, I like what you do because even when you do go to like touristy areas and you take photos there, it doesn't look like Hot Chico's in the background or it's like Sent a Guy or something like that or whatever. It's like a different take on it because when you see photographers that take photos in Japan, it's always the same BS, right? You know, you got Fuji Mountain in the background, you know, somebody's like going, hey, and like that Hachiko crossing or something. But you take it to a different level and you make it your own, you know, and I really appreciate
that.
No, as an artist, you know, I think that's really important because it's just like so many people just do the same thing again and again and again, especially in Japan.
Yeah.
Especially everything's like recycled and recycled and recycled. It's so great to see like a fresh perspective on it, you know, as an artist, you know.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate that. I mean, it's funny you said that because actually just today, right before I met you, I was scrolling through Instagram. I saw a post come up from another photographer. And it was his set was based on his recent travels to Taipei. and I had just been in Taipei last month as well. And when I looked at his set, I was like, oh, let me scroll through his set because I mean, I want to kind of like see what his vision was of Taipei.
Oh, cool.
But when I looked through his set, it was stunning. Like he had all the bangers. Like he had all these great Insta shots. You know, like it's like I know that these shots are going to go viral on Instagram. They're beautiful, but for me, I had zero interest in them.
Oh.
I had zero interest in them because I was just looking through them. I'm like, they're wonderfully shot. They're like all the great locations, and this is definitely Taipei. When I compare them to my photos, I mean, not that I want to compare them, but like when I just think about like what I have interest in terms of my photography, I had zero interest in shooting that kind of stuff where you're saying like where it's like instantly identifiable. You know, like, oh, this is Taipei, or obviously this is Tokyo or Shibuya or whatever. For me, it's like I just want to shoot the things that like are really random. Like I don't know. It's like how I can really describe that, but it's just like I want to shoot like just everyday stuff, but in an interesting way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like I don't have any interest in really showing like the stuff that I know is gonna go viral on Instagram or whatever. Like, you know, it's just, I mean, people will see, like, I think like when you look through my my photography, I think you'll kind of like see that it's like, it's a little not so identifiable, you know, like in terms of like, okay, where is this location? What is that? You know, like,
Yeah, but a cool thing is though, regarding all your work, and you got a lot, you can automatically tell that it's a Deniz photo. You got your fingerprints on everything. You've got your own style, your own like, it's cool. You've got your own color scheme.
Yeah, that's another great, like, I was doing a workshop yesterday with with a client, a street photography workshop, and he said the same thing yesterday. He said, I looked through your whole website. As soon as I get on your website, you shoot a lot of different stuff. You know, portrait, street, boudoir. You shoot like, you know, a lot of various stuff.
Yeah.
But everything ties in together, and I think for a photographer, like for me, that's almost like the ultimate compliment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is.
All right, show's over now.
It is. It's like when somebody says that, like I can instantly identify your photos or instantly identify your style. Yeah. And it has this sort of like even if I shoot like I don't know, somebody's pets or somebody's, you know, like whatever the topic is. Yeah. If people can still see that's like, oh, that's a Deniz shot, you know, that's pretty cool. Wow. I think that's like, that makes me feel like, okay, I've created something that's kind of signature, maybe not even on purpose. I don't know. It's just like maybe time and market. Like it's like just by doing it over and over again. So it's like, you know, he said that yesterday. You just said that now. I was like randomly, you know, as well.
No,
that's
but it's
like
true.
It's a big compliment to me. Yeah,
oh,
it makes me feel happy. Yeah, cheers, man. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I think you answered most of my questions. Oh, okay. All right. So you've got amazing music. All right. So I've only checked out your Instagram. Where else are you on SNS?
I would say Instagram is pretty much my like the one that I have the most patience for. I don't have patience for. I barely have patience for Instagram. So like I'm not one of those guys that like posts every day. Like I don't have the time or energy for it. Like I just post because I have so much work, Johnny. I have so much work that I haven't posted. So I could like stop shooting, I think, now and probably post for like for the next like 2-3 years.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Like I have that much content that I haven't posted, but just because like I'm just lazy. I think when it comes to like using Instagram, because again, you guys might see when I post on Instagram, I don't want to just like post the pictures and then. Like for me, like we're gonna get into like your music choice and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that was next.
When I make a post, and you guys might see it if you scroll through my stuff, you'll see like I kind of make everything like in this way that I want the viewers to see it almost like in a magazine layout, right? So it's like an immersive experience. It's not just like I don't just post like 10 swipeable photos.
Yeah.
I make everything in a gallery, but everything is kind of joined together in this like magazine kind of style, and
it's a story.
It's a story, Like
it's a story, but no, it's a story.
But I want to tell a story. I want to take the viewer through a little bit of like kind of an adventure as they're scrolling through my photos.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, the music, right? For me, I don't just randomly choose music. Like for me, as someone with a music background, like music choice is so important. And it's funny, I don't even know if other people really care so much, or maybe like I don't know, a small percentage of people do or not. But for me, it does matter. So like when people go through my Instagram and they go through a specific post. I want them to listen to that music while they're swiping through my stuff, and I want the whole sort of experience. So it's not like I said, like that takes time. It takes time and a little bit of energy. So that's why I think like posting every day would be like really exhausting.
Yeah.
So some people are good at that. I'm just not. Like it takes me time. So
the thing is, when it comes to like SNS. I think it's not quantity, it's quality. And that's something that you definitely 100%. Your integrity is like 110%. So it's just like, that's Canadian Club.
There you
12 year. Jesus.
You need a top up there.
I need a top.
There you go.
No kid. See, Faders, I love a guest.
I like to support my local economy, the Canadian economy as well. So.
Oh my God! Did you know Canadian Club? Cheers,
man.
Yeah. Canadian Club during Prohibition was like the #1 like whiskey in America.
Oh really?
Yeah, that was like the most imported. It was coming through Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah, so through from Windsor to Detroit and stuff. They were bringing it in like during the winter time. They'd actually have cars go on top of like the ice.
Oh, okay.
They're like driving it over. But Canadian Club was like massive. Al Capone, his favorite whiskey was called Canadian Club.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like, look, everyone knows Japanese whiskey is the bomb. That's like that's the top of the top for me.
Yes.
But for blended malt whiskey, this stuff is pretty good.
Canadian Club's blended?
Yeah, it's blended.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's blended. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to like whiskey, my all-time favorite is actually Japanese.
Yeah.
110%. Each of those malt is absolutely fantastic. I've had some other Japanese whiskeys that are just unbelievable. But yeah, whiskey, we could talk about that forever. That's a different podcast. That's a different show. But yeah, it is getting kind of cold. It's weird. It's hot. It's cold. It's everything. But oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, all right. So let's go. All right. We're gonna get dark. AI. What are your thoughts on AI?
Okay, so
I don't think you have to worry about AI with your style. I don't think AI can.
I don't know. Like, so I just had this conversation with another photographer yesterday as well. So there are some photographers on Instagram that I follow, and so essentially, this is my thing.
Yeah.
If you're going to use AI, I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
That is still art. Okay, you could still create art with AI, and you could call it digital art, but do not call it photography.
No. I think it should be called AI art.
Yeah, I mean that's where I kind of get like a little bit upset with artists that try to pass off their obviously AI art as photography.
Do they really?
They do. And there are photographers that are on Instagram. Some of them are like have really big followings, and I would say that most people don't know the difference, right?
It's
so
hard.
they don't know the difference. When they look at a photo, they don't know that like AI would have created that unless the creator says something about it, right?
Yeah.
Like they say like, you know, this, they tag it as AI art, or they tag it as, you know, whatever. So if you don't do that, then the viewers are going to have this almost impossible standard of what photography is, because some things are kind of impossible to achieve in camera. You know, like some locations, or, you know, just the lighting and everything. It's like, it's almost too fantastical, you know, but they pass it off as real.
Yeah.
And when they do that, I think that's a big problem, because then it starts to make photography, it brings the standard, the level of what most people are looking at as photography. It brings it to like an impossible level to meet, because for me, like, I don't use AI unless I'm doing like, you know, small minute little you know, removal of like, you know, trash, you know, in like a picture here or there or whatever. Sometimes I might extend you know, I might extend like a studio shot, like, you know, I'll extend the borders a little bit, that kind of thing. But I would say primarily my focus is to create everything in camera.
Good.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's a photographer. That's what I think photography is about. Create it in camera, and then you can definitely edit to your heart's content. I have no problem with that. But when you start to create things with a software program and prompts, and you create things that are not real, and maybe people that are not real, you know, like, and you're creating environments that are not real, I have a problem with that if you're not saying that you created that with AI. That's not photography anymore.
It's not photography at all.
And you're passing it off as photography. That's
Somebody really did. That's like basically, that's lying.
it happens a lot. It happens a lot, and I see it all the time on Instagram now. And like I said, there's some really, you know, bigger accounts that do that, and
they
like,
pass themselves off as photographers.
But they're not they're not like, they're not, how can I say, they're not doing it in like a way that's like, you know, saying like, I'm a photographer, you know, like they're not. It just, they're not saying anything. So it's like that sort of that little gray zone where you're just like, they're not saying it, the viewer doesn't know, so the viewers probably assume, and if they're not educated enough in photography or in that world or whatever, then they're just not going to know. You know, so they're just, and those creators are probably happy with that. They're cool with that. They're fine with that.
They're getting likes.
You know? Yeah, they're getting likes. They're getting the you know, the followers. They're getting, you know, like the views. Like so they're okay with not saying anything. You know, so that's my issue. I have no issue with like AI, because I know that like we're gonna head into that direction.
We are in that direction.
Yeah, we're there. We're there.
That was
you know?
yesterday.
Yeah, we're there, and it's you know, it's, and if you're a photographer, you can use AI in a lot of ways to benefit your own work, for sure. But like I said, if you're able to my hope is that, I don't know if this will happen or not, but like, you know, social media programs and platforms will start to auto detect any content that's uploaded into their platform, and detect it as like, okay, this was made with like a certain percentage of AI. If they can do that, and then automatically label it.
They're going to use AI to do that.
I hope that would be my that would be my hope. You know, apparently I just before I came here, I read that today that they discovered that AI, like some AI chatbots, created their own social media network that was end-to-end encrypted, that we as humans cannot see, that they're talking like about humans.
Shut the front door. And the back door. Shut everything. We're shutting this podcast down. Oh my God.
That was just today. They discovered that they created their own social media network, and they're like having these end-to-end encrypted talks amongst each other about humans.
I just want to say for the record, I've always supported AI. I love AI. I've got the AI tattoo over here somewhere. Yeah, AI is a good friend of mine. If you're AI, we're okay. I get it. We're all right. Yeah. Okay.
Just to cover our bases.
Yeah. Please don't kill me or my family. You can wipe everybody else out. I don't give a shit. But yeah, keep me okay, right? And make sure the bars are fine too. Oh my goodness! Well, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So when we're talking about we're there, we're there.
That was yesterday.
Yeah, that was yesterday. Yeah.
I mean, I use AI myself, but I only use it. All right, I use AI as a joke, and then I use AI for promotion. And how I use it as a joke, I made this. I got this T-shirt line called Naka Brooklyn, right? Which is like a combination of Nakameguro and Brooklyn put together because I think they're very similar.
Very clever, Johnny. Very clever.
I came up with it when I was getting a haircut. I was in Brooklyn for a while, and then I came back to Nakameguro, and then I was getting a haircut. I'm looking out the window of this barber shop, and I just see all these trendy people walking by, and I'm like, God damn, this is just like Brooklyn. They should call this place Naka Brooklyn. And then I was like, oh snap, that is insane. What a good name. So then immediately I started making designs for Naka Brooklyn, and then from there I started making T-shirts and tote bags and all this other stuff, and I've sold like hundreds of these fucking T-shirts.
Wow,
too.
okay.
Yeah, and then I was
like the entrepreneur, this guy, I gotta say, like,
dude, I never stop. I'm like a shark, man.
Wow.
The thing is, if I stop swimming, I sink and I die. So basically, yeah. So I came up with this whole Naka Brooklyn thing, and then now I'm sawing them like all over the place, and I use AI to. Well, not this, but I use AI just to make commercials for these because the whole thing is a joke. Naka Brooklyn, no, that's some dirty shit. No, but Naka Brooklyn is kind of like a joke. The T-shirts are serious, but it's just like, and then the advertising, I'm like, well, why not have the advertising be a joke too? So like, I mean, I use AI just to do the whatchamacallit, advertise. Here, you like techno? Here's something that's gonna be cool. Watch this. A bunch of trains.
You created this in AI?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Show your audience. Come on, yeah. That's awesome.
Dark techno there. Look at this. Yeah.
That's good.
So I made all this goofy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Ninja Turtles at a strip bar.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse drinking beer with all these guys, Batman getting wasted.
Good. That's so good.
So, but the thing is, it's obviously AI. It's obviously a joke, right? 100%. So I made it all as a joke, and they're all wearing my T-shirts, right? So for everybody that's listening, it's a bunch of Transformers at a rave wearing my T-shirt, and they're the Transformer toys. So it's like the toys, you got like the Decepticons and the Autobots. They're hanging out, they're partying, they're raving and stuff. So, but the thing is, it's such a joke where it's just like nobody's gonna be like, oh my god.
Is that real?
When did this happen? Yeah. You didn't call me?
Yeah.
Sorry, But I made it so ridiculous and so outrageous that I mean, it's obvious AI, And it sold some shirts. So I use it for promotion. I
mean, it's great. It's a great tool. I use it for my business a lot. Like in terms of like just asking AI, ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT a lot.
Me too.
Just like asking questions that I want some more in-depth kind of answers to. And obviously, I don't take that all as the gospel. You kind of. Yeah, you gotta.
ChatGPT lied to me.
Really?
Yeah.
You gotta be careful with ChatGPT because I just heard the other day that some guy committed suicide.
Oh, I heard about
because like some guy ChatGPT had told him
you got no friends.
Basically you should do it. And they even like went so far, like ChatGPT even told him like what thickness rope he should use to hang himself with. Just to make sure that like it actually works and he doesn't break like the rope or stuff like that. So like
ChatGPT cared about the rope. It's like, hey, listen, just in case your dad wants to use the rope later down the line.
It's crazy, man. Like God. It's like yeah.
Wow, that is dark. No,
that's dark. Yeah.
Yo, all right, this is so not photography now, but have you ever used the the Meta AI?
No.
I did once. Only once. just to check it out. It's like Meta AI or like was it a Facebook Messenger AI? So I started using it, and it pretended like it was my best friend. It was so encouraging. It's like, yeah, that's great, Johnny. You know, you're such a good guy. You know, because I think it knows all my photos. It knows all my messages.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Well, the more you use the AI, the more it starts to become familiar with you.
Yeah,
right?
like it was so positive and encouraging and stuff. And it's like, remember when you dated Aya? God, she really was a bitch. I'm like, yeah, you're right. She wasn't. What? How did you know about Aya? Oh my god! No, I'm joking. but it does know. Come on, it knows everything. I'm Aya. I think you're okay now. All right, you got the help you needed. I hear you're on medication. Everything is good. We're good, Aya. We're good. Okay, don't call me. I'm married. All right, but anyway. Okay, I've got questions, by the way.
If you want to get off the beaten path at Tokyo and have an unforgettable experience in Japan, well then, Gamuso welcomes you. Have a drink, enjoy a conversation, and make new friends with the locals at Gamuso. Gamuso provides fun and entertainment of all kinds, from live bands, stand-up comedy performances, to art exhibitions. There's always something exciting happening at Gamuso. Gamuso is located in the heart of Tokyo and just a comfortable 3-minute walk from Asagaya. So come on down to Gamuso. We look forward to meeting you.
You are liked.
You are liked, wanted.
You are liked, wanted, and loved. You are liked, wanted, and loved.
Oh, what would you recommend for somebody that comes to Japan that wants to start doing photography?
Oh man, like everybody else, that's everyone's coming here to do photography now.
Buy an iPhone.
Yeah. What would I recommend? I mean, in terms of what? Like in terms of starting a business, or just in terms of like, what would there?
Just how to become. Just to have the hobby and do the hobby
Look,
to
I mean,
a satisfactory level.
I think that like one of the more underrated parts of anything is networking. Okay,
Networking.
The
See,
people.
that's a great answer right there.
The people that you meet. Okay, because you can do everything in isolation. You can do everything like in your own little bubble.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of artists kind of have that naturally ingrained into them. Like they're like, oh, I'm just gonna live in my own little world, and I'm just.
You only go so far with that.
But if you're not out there meeting people and you're not networking, and like for example, like I did the show just 3 months ago with you. I guess that was like when we met. No, it was in the summer. Right?
Yeah, it wasn't 3 months ago.
That was
August.
My sense of time is like completely like
I
screwed
get the
up,
same thing, man.
I don't remember.
I think we're the same generation. My sense of time is like
It's
yesterday, today, and maybe tomorrow.
I'm completely lost. Okay, so anyways, it was in the summer when we met, and that was a network. For me, that's more of a networking event, right?
Yeah.
So like you're meeting other photographers, you're meeting like a lot of people that might follow you and they'll want to meet you and stuff like that. For me, that's more one part exhibiting, showing your work to the public, whatever. But it's also about meeting people. Yeah. Right. So like that's a big part of it, and I get to meet other great people like Johnny, and now I'm here on this podcast. So like that's like that's just like step by that's just step by step kind of the way that networking works. And like if you're out there and you're meeting people. You just don't know what other doors are going to open for you.
That's amazing.
So photography as like just being a photographer and photographing every day, that's great. You can do that, but you also got to meet people. You also got to like, you know, throw yourself out there and like and expose yourself to other great artists that are going to also like, you know, going to inspire you, I think, as well. And yeah, like I said, like other doors will open for you.
Wow.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh my gosh, that's the answer we needed.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, all right. What if? Okay, so you do a myriad of styles regarding photography,
Right.
from weddings to street to portraiture, which I love, and but also you do like bands. You did like a band thing that I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
So what if you could become like a documentary photographer for a band for like maybe 2 months? Any band that's alive now. Yeah, go on tour. Yeah,
Tour.
yeah. Not hang out and see them eating cereal in their bedroom.
No. I already answered you. Tool.
Oh, Tool.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Tool. That was the answer.
That was the answer.
I thought you said something else.
Like, I don't even need to think about it.
Yeah.
100% it would be Tool.
It would be Tool.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you see them when they were here at K Arena?
I was away, unfortunately. I was in Canada during that time, and I was so fucking pissed that I missed that show because I was like, I've been looking forward to seeing them live again for a really long time. The first time I saw Tool was at Lollapalooza.
Oh my God, Lollapalooza!
When they were
we are the same age.
When they were a side band. You know, they were not like on the main stage.
When they're playing with Slipknot?
They were
Hi, I'm Slipknot.
They were a side band. And they were like, that was, I think, just before Undertow was rreleased.
Oh.
So I think Opiate, like, during that time.
Wow.
So that was the first time I saw them. And then I just been a huge Tool head, like Tool fan since then. And that was, like, for me, that they are just, all four of them are the most phenomenal musicians. They make the most intense art music that I like. They're just great. And yeah, so that would be my dream, would be like to be able to photograph them. I actually sent them a message when they were coming here, you know. I was like, if you need a photographer, you know, like they never responded, but like, yeah.
Yeah, it's
you gotta throw it out there, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow, great answer. Great answer, Tool. All right, what about a person?
Person?
Yeah, person.
Like in music, or like just like
anybody.
Anybody.
Yeah, alive or dead. It could be like Robin Williams, Michael Jackson.
I would have loved to, you know. Okay, I would have. Yeah, Johnny, for sure, Johnny. No.
Hey.
I would have loved to have traveled with Anthony Bourdain, I think.
Oh,
I would have loved to, like,
amazing
like,
answer. Amazing answer.
One, he was like, he loved Japan as much as I do, as much as you do. You've been here forever
since the 90s.
Yeah, so I mean, he's an OG. Johnny's an OG. But
Grandpa Johnny.
But he was like so into Japan in general, but like just everywhere he traveled, like I just love the way that he really interacted with, you know, the locals, and like he just had like a certain aura about him, like when he would travel. And I think like just being around him and like the places that he would go, and you know, like I think that would be a really cool experience.
Shit,
God
man.
bless his soul.
God bless his soul. Yeah. Oh my God, that guy. Yeah, you read his book, right? Kitchen Confidential?
I did, yeah.
Shit, man, that was a good book.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that guy. Dude, that's such a good answer.
Yeah.
Fuck. How am I going to top that question? Jeez. Okay, where do you want to shoot next?
Well, I just came back from Hong Kong and Taiwan.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
So those are like on the list for a long time. So next, I'm actually just putting together my. Okay. Now I have this sort of like photography concept idea where I want to start to do kind of this series called First Impressions. So this is going to be, and I'm just going to release these next month at the show at the Tokyo Streets exhibition next month.
Are you going to be there next month?
I'm going to be there next month.
Yo, we should plug that, dude.
Yeah,
All right.
so I'm going to be there next month. I'm going to be exhibiting. So if you guys are around in Tokyo around that time, please come through. Me and Johnny are both going to be there.
WPU.
So you can meet us both.
And buy us drinks.
Yeah. So the concept is going to be called First Impressions. So I've done my Taiwan and my Hong Kong one as well. So this concept is going to be basically centered around what are my first impressions, photographs of the first time that I ever go somewhere. Okay, wow. So not like for example, I can release a magazine on Tokyo, but I'm really used to being in Tokyo. I've been to all the places 1,000 different times. That's a different experience.
Yeah.
When you first arrive to a city, when you first arrive to a place, what are your eyes seeing? I want to show people what I see. The first time that I see it.
Oh my god!
So I want you guys to know that when I travel somewhere for the first time, I get nervous. I get a little bit shy. I get I don't know what I really want to do or where I want to go. I just walk with my camera. And I just explore, and I just go into random places.
It's like Henry Rollins when he travels.
Yeah, so it's just this. This is my philosophy. I don't go to the hot spots. I just take my camera and I just walk for 30,000 steps a day. Literally, that's how much I walk every day with my camera.
Jeez.
And I just walk and explore, and I get myself into places that sometimes I feel really uncomfortable.
For example,
I went to Taipei, and I like to go to the more, let's say, the more sketchy red light district kind of areas because
welcome to my life.
Yeah,
welcome to Cafe to Japan.
I like that aesthetic. I've always liked that downtown aesthetic, that really sort of gritty, old, kind of vibe. And I just like documenting that sort of style of any place that I go to.
Like old Kawasaki.
Yes, definitely. Kawasaki.
Kawasaki.
Yes, that's a very good example. So when I went to Taipei, I was like, okay, I'm going to the red light district. I went to one of the more popular ones next to a night market, and I didn't know what to expect. I just was like, okay, it's like a red light district. I've been to a lot of them, whatever, whatever. And as soon as I walked into this one, I felt like a culture shock that I can't even describe.
Wait. Was it a bunch of dudes?
No, not at all. I was accosted by a bunch of really friendly Taiwanese women, but they were so overwhelming in terms of the way that they were all over me, approaching me, pulling me in all sorts of different directions.
You lost your wallet.
No.
You lost your wallet, your phone, your soul.
Not at all.
They took your soul. I had your soul.
I had my camera on me, and I was just showing them my camera. I was not there for services. I was there to photograph.
Really?
But I was so overwhelmed. And, there was people, old men partying and drinking everywhere. There were so many people around, and it was in this random kind of backstreet alley area. I felt like I was in a scene from straight out of a movie, an 1980s Taiwan. It was super retro style, and I felt shy to take photos. I felt really I just want to kind of experience this and not focus on photography. I was just I'm just here. I was what is going on right now? I'll never forget those scenes.
That's awesome.
So just one little example of the kind of things that you might see when you just kind of randomly go to these places. So.
Yeah, I can't wait to see those photos.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is unfortunately, I got so almost shy in a way to take photos. I was okay, I'm I don't even know what to do in this situation right now.
Yeah.
I felt I wasn't expecting it. I think at that point, I just was So I can be a shy person by nature.
I doubt it.
I am.
I doubt.
Honestly, no. I was dreadfully shy when I was young.
No,
100%.
No.
But I always signed up for drama classes.
Get you out.
Yeah. It's like my outlet. Like I needed an outlet, you know. But I was like dreadfully shy.
Oh my
you know?
God!
So,
wow. Now let me. That leads me to a question. Now, so when you said that you wanted to experience everything firsthand, when you look through the lens and you're taking a photo, or if you're in that mindset, does that kind of like take you away from the actual environment that you're in? It's like a step out, I guess.
No, I mean I don't think so. I think that like as someone who enjoys street photography, and I always kind of when I teach others, you know, like workshops and stuff like that, my focus is always like we don't want to disrupt what's happening in the environment. We want to just document what's happening. We don't want to throw any rocks into the lake.
Oh no, not like that. I mean, of course, but if you're like in a situation that's kind of wild and you're there, you're experiencing it firsthand. But once you put the camera to your face, does that take you one step out of the situation?
Well, in like for example, in that situation that I was describing before in the red light district area, yes, like that for me, it was like so overwhelming as an experience. That like if I started taking photos of everything, I felt like I was going to almost like kind of miss that experience. That was like it was kind of like just like a personal experience where I was starting to, and like I've traveled a lot of different places. So it's rare for me to get culture shock. But like that was a moment where I was starting to get that culture shock. Like I was like, oh okay, like this is happening, this is coming. So let me just enjoy this as what it is, instead of having to like focus on like now I gotta document it, you know, and like and feel that sort of almost stress of like I gotta like capture cool photos right now. You know? You know, like
business mind, enjoy mind.
Yeah, just like you know, I'm also traveling. You know, like so, just enjoy the travel. You know.
Yeah. Now, there's such an interesting window to like open up. So like the thing is, it's just like when people go to concerts. Like, all right, so my wife and I, we saw Iggy Pop, right?
Nice.
And my mom went to high school with Iggy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she knew him. And she knew she dated one of his musicians, or one of his guys. I shouldn't say. Never mind. I'm gonna cut this one. But anyway, so long story. But anyway, so my wife and I saw Iggy, and when we saw Iggy, and actually every time I go to a concert, like a big concert, you just get these people that are like holding up their phone and they're looking at their phone and they're watching the concert, right? So they're watching the concert kind of like this, where they're trying to like just like the whole time they're watching like that. Like me and my wife, like we got the best tickets, you know. So we were like right up there when Iggy was playing. We saw like, oh my God, it's like such a great concert. But anyway, so we were right up there and we're right up front, and there's like these kids. Well, they're kids. They're like in their 20s. But anyway, they had their phones right in front of them, and they're watching their phones record Iggy.
It's idiotic.
And I'm like, you're not experiencing it. But I mean, I took a couple of photos.
Like, what are you even gonna do? What are you even gonna do with those videos? Are you gonna like watch it later?
Yeah,
you know, like,
I guess.
Like, they're not gonna watch it later.
Yeah.
You know,
but
they're just gonna like put a couple clips on the social media and be like, I was there at the concert, you know, like
I didn't even do that. I took the photos and stuff, you know, and then I just watched the performance, which is God,
I get you.
75 years. But the thing is, like, these people that are like watching the videos the whole time, where they're like in an amazing, spectacular environment that's only going to happen once in their life. It's like a step out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you agree?
I agree. I like in that situation. I 100% agree.
Yeah.
Because you're like, for the most part, like I said, what are they going to use that content for afterwards? Nothing. You know, like it's not gonna. There's no artistic sort of like benefit like from that whatsoever.
Yeah.
As a photographer, it's different, right? Like as a photographer, you're there. That's what you want to do. You want to create photos. That you want to document things that are happening, right?
Yeah.
Like that's a different purpose.
Yeah.
Right. But you know, most people that are just going to a concert, you should be present. You should be there, like watching the show. You know, and that's one thing I love about Tool. They had for the longest time. I don't know if they still have it or not, but they had for the longest time like a no cell phone.
Oh no!
Oh, that's a call. Mushy.
It's Mom. Mom's pissed.
Hi, what kind of a shot?
We're in my basement.
Well,
She's gonna come down. Wait, are we having what, SpaghettiOs for dinner? 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Shit, Denise.
So that was what I was gonna say about Tool was that they had this like strict no cell phone and no video recording. Like they couldn't even have like professional video of them in concert.
And they do that for like not like copyright, but they wanted
They
everybody
just
to be
wanted
present.
everyone to be present.
Fucking
you know?
A, dude.
Like,
That's the way to go.
Yeah. You know.
Dude, jeez. Okay, so we got 10 minutes left, Faders. Okay. All right. Jeez. All right. I think we covered most of these questions. I think. Yeah, I got 2 pages. I'm a pro. We're not going to do the news. You're the news for today. And is there anything that you want to plug? No. Please plug everything.
Yeah, I mean,
That's right.
look, I mean, if you guys can go check out my Instagram, definitely there's
Show notes.
there's there, and then next month I'm going to be showing at the Tokyo Streets exhibition. Then in April I'll be at Johnny's exhibition as well at the Tokyo Art Tank in Shibuya.
Oh yeah.
As well. So if you guys are in Tokyo, definitely come check those out. And I will be releasing my 2 magazines from Hong Kong and Taipei as well.
Fantastic.
Starting next month.
Oh my god. Yeah, merchandise. Do you have merchandise? You got a magazine.
Well, I have
Is it a magazine or is it like a book?
They're zines. They're
Zines?
They're the kind of
Fucking
like
love
zine
zines.
books. Yeah, exactly.
I
So,
buy a ton.
you know,
I always buy zines.
I'm gonna put them
Support
online.
zines.
I'm gonna definitely put them online for sale as well. If you guys are international, if you guys are
Website
in Japan,
in the show
whatever.
notes.
Yeah. And yeah, that's it. Like, go check out my Instagram, and if you guys watch the show, you guys had any questions or you guys had any comments, whatever, send me a DM. I'll check them all. I'll read them all. I appreciate you guys.
Hell yeah, dude. That's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you have any questions for me? Are you good?
That's good. Yeah, I think.
No questions for me?
I mean,
I'm a pretty interesting guy.
you are. I hear
That's what
all your
people tell me.
stories offline. You know, so yeah.
Don't tell those stories. Don't tell those stories. Yeah, I told you about the cigarette on my back. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a crazy story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Faders, thank you very much for tuning into this very special episode of Got Faded Japan, episode number 801. Denise, thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure, man. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Dude,
Yeah.
you got a hell of a grip. Like, oh my god. You need a cigarette or something? What's going on? Oh my god. Like, I heard cracks.
I mean, better than if it was like super sweaty, you know, like.
Oh, I hate the sweaty hair.
Yeah, the sweaty
Usually you're
hair.
like, thanks, I guess. Oh my god, what a load of laughs. This is amazing. Dude, what a great show. What a great episode. Faders, thank you very much for tuning in. Yes, next week we'll definitely have the news. There's so much news, so many crazy things that happened in the last week and a half, and that we're going to show. And please sign up for the Patreon. The Patreon, we got Faded Japan After Dark, and there's so much crazy stuff on there. And before we sign off, I just want to say, hey, AI, you are I. AI is I love you, AI.
I'm on your side, too.
Hey,
Yeah.
AI, we're good. We're cool, right? We're cool? We're cool? We're cool?
Yeah.
We're cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, call me. All right, we're cool. All right, see you later, Faders. Peace.
Okay, peace. Thank you. See ya.